The story of porcelain and glass is actually a tale of humanity's mastery over fire. Thousands of years ago, in the ancient lands of Mesopotamia and Egypt, artisans noticed something miraculous happening in their kilns. When sand and soda met intense heat, a transparent, liquid substance was born. This was the birth of glass. Almost simultaneously, in the distant lands of the East, another miracle was occurring. A special white clay called kaolin, when fired at temperatures exceeding 1,300 degrees, transformed into a material as white as snow and as thin as a leaf. This was porcelain. For centuries, these two materials were considered the most precious treasures of kings and emperors. While glass captured the transparency of water, porcelain captured the purity of light. Although they seem different, they share a common soul. Both are born from the earth, both require the discipline of extreme heat, and both are fragile yet eternal. In this section, we dive into the dusty pages of history to see how a handful of sand and a piece of clay changed the aesthetic perception of the world. While the West was perfecting the art of glassblowing, the East, specifically China, was holding a secret that the rest of the world envied for over 1,000 years. This secret was porcelain. It was so light, so resonant, and so beautiful that it earned the nickname, white gold. Merchants traveled across the dangerous Silk Road for months, carrying these delicate treasures wrapped in silk and straw. A single porcelain vase could sometimes be worth more than an entire herd of horses. But what made it so special? It wasn't just its beauty, it was the mystery of its creation. For 10 centuries, no one outside of China knew how to produce it. People in Europe believed that porcelain was made from crushed seashells or even buried underground for 100 years to mature. This mystery created a bridge of culture and trade between the East and the West. While glass moved from west to east, porcelain flowed from east to west. This silent exchange of materials shaped the dining tables of aristocrats and the laboratories of scientists alike. By the 17th century, Europe had become obsessed with the mystery of porcelain. Monarchs were spending their national treasuries to acquire Chinese vases, but they wanted more. They wanted the secret itself. This obsession led to one of the most interesting chapters in history. In the Kingdom of Saxony, an alchemist named Johann Friedrich Becker was imprisoned by the king and ordered to create gold. After years of failed experiments, Becker failed to create gold, but he discovered something just as valuable: the recipe for true hard-paste porcelain. This discovery was the start of an industrial war. Factories like Meissen were treated like fortresses, with soldiers guarding the secret of the white gold. At the same time, glassmakers in Venice and France were competing to create the clearest, most perfect crystals. This wasn't just about making plates or cups, it was a matter of national pride and technological supremacy. The competition between the transparency of glass and the strength of porcelain pushed human chemistry to its limits, leading to the birth of modern materials science. While porcelain was conquering the dining tables, glass was undergoing a revolution that would change how humans see themselves. For a long time, glass was green, distorted, and full of bubbles. But the masters of Venice, on the secret island of Murano, found a way to make it perfectly clear. This clarity led to the invention of the modern mirror. Before this, humans could only see their blurred reflections in polished metal or still water. The mirror was a psychological earthquake. However, the secret of the mirror was so protected that glassmakers were forbidden from leaving Venice under the penalty of death. When the French King Louis XIV wanted to build the famous Hall of Mirrors in Versailles, he had to secretly smuggle Venetian masters into France. This was a high-stakes game of industrial espionage. The story of glass is not just about windows. It is the story of how we gained our self-identity and how the light of the sun was finally captured and invited into our homes. Today, we often think of porcelain and glass as fragile items sitting on our shelves. But look closer, and you will see that they are the backbone of the modern world. The screen you are touching, the fiber optic cables that carry the internet across oceans, and even the heat shields on spacecraft are all descendants of these ancient materials. Modern ceramics can now withstand temperatures that would melt steel, while specialty glass can be stronger than metal. From a handful of sand and clay to the digital age, the journey of porcelain and glass is a testament to human curiosity. We took the most common materials of the earth and, through the power of fire and mind, turned them into tools of light and elegance. As we look to the future, these materials continue to evolve, moving from our kitchens to the stars. The next time you hold a glass or a porcelain cup, remember that you are holding thousands of years of history, secrets, and a constant human desire to reach perfection. Thank you for watching the video until the end. If you enjoy videos like this, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like the videos. See you in the next video. Goodbye.